Okay. After all that golfing we just did, I think we need a well-deserved break. How about it, boys?
Yeah, I second that, knucklehead. Even though I'm as salty as the goddamn Atlantic Ocean right now, a tier list would be good to ease the brain-meat shiz.
Well, as long as nobody here starts spewing overreacted takes. Cough, Knuckles, cough!
Hey! I heard that you two-tailed prick!
Oh my god, and it's already happening. What are we doing today, guys? Give me something to work with.
Can we finally make a Knuckles Chaotix tier list and rank the characters on that
Hell
game?
no! We ain't going anywhere near that fucking addiction you call a game.
How about we finally make that OST tier list that everyone's been asking for?
Nah, not just yet. That's definitely gonna take up a longer video, so we should save it for a more special occasion.
How about we rank different types of guns and how effective each one is at eliminating a target?
No!
Damn!
Oh, brain blast. I got an idea that probably will be relevant or something.
Oh yeah? Let's hear it then, Nux.
Considering that banger Nintendo Direct just ended a few days ago, we should totally tackle the Zelda games, especially since we already did Mario's games a while back.
That's a good idea for once. I'll gladly rank a Nintendo franchise that doesn't revolve around a fat-ass Italian plumber that definitely isn't a better platformer than me.
Saltiness aside, I'm down for some Zelda too. I love those games. They basically pioneered the action-adventure genre. Almost every game doesn't miss.
It's decided then. I'll grab a tier list with all the main series games. No Warriors games or fucking Link's crossbow training or whatever.
And while you're doing that, I want to give a real quick shout out to our members who suggested this list, as well as the other suggestions we were given. You guys mean a ton to us, and more of your ideas will be used in the future.
And if you want your video ideas to be done as well, make sure to sign up to get a membership yourself. You'll get a cool badge and videos a little early to go along with it.
Good shit on the shameless plug, y'all. But anyways, I got the tier list up, and like always, we're gonna go in release date order.
Alrighty, I'm gonna try and be a bit more civil this time around, especially since I love this franchise to death.
Good shit, Knuckles. All right, I'm ready too. Let's do this, Sonic.
Same here. All right, of course we're going back to the good old NES with this first entry, the original Legend of Zelda.
Mid!
Here we freaking go.
Mitty, this game is shitty.
Knuckles, I'm gonna have to ask you to respectfully shut the hell up and put some respect on this game's name.
Bro folded after 3 seconds. Where'd the love that you said you had for this franchise go?
I do respect this game for making a bunch of other better games in the future. But come on, guys! How the hell is anybody new to this supposed to progress without some kind of guide? So many of the dungeons and secret upgrades are hidden behind cryptic bullshit.
I don't know, Nux. I kinda like the fact that the game doesn't hold your hand, unlike some later entries. It makes the ever-mysterious land of Hyrule even more interesting and satisfying to explore.
Not to mention those dungeons. Some of them were fucking bullshit, don't get me wrong, but they laid the groundwork for almost every single Zelda game to follow. Hell, every single action-adventure game, to be honest.
Look, I hear you, but all I'm saying is that despite its groundwork, it's pretty dated. I'm thinking C tier at best.
I'm gonna bump it up to a low B tier then. It can be frustrating to need a guide, but we gotta respect this game changer nonetheless.
But if we want to talk about an actual bad game, look no further than Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Nux, I give you full permission to rip into this one.
Oh hell, where do I even start? There's a damn reason why Zelda games never should be some generic side-scroller, and this is it! The game is way too hard at some points, and those random encounters get real fucking annoying after a bit. I genuinely don't know how Nintendo thought this was the way to go with the sequel, but I hope it never happens again.
Spit those facts, knucklehead. That Ganon laugh after every game over still haunts me to this day.
The only real memorable part is the Shadow Link final battle. But other than that, I see no reason to ever go back to this game over literally any other game in the franchise.
Link's adventure goes straight into the bin, Sonic!
Don't need to tell me twice. D tier for Zelda 2. Luckily, we pick up steam right away with our next game. A Link to the Past.
Yeah, this is an absolute easy S tier. Despite the age of this game, it honestly still might be the best 2D Zelda in my opinion.
This game's aged really well, and the gimmick of time traveling is so fun. Plus, it went back to being a traditional Zelda game over the dumpster fire that was Zelda 2.
All those secrets and items to discover were even more exciting and satisfying to find. The bosses were also pretty engaging, and learning tricks to beat them were fun too.
I swear to God, this game needs a remake soon. There are other good 2D Zelda games out there, but this one's gotta be the best of the bunch. Easy S tier.
Next up is A Link to the Past. I'm assuming we're only talking about the Game Boy version?
Yeah, probably. Although the Switch remake is fire and would probably go in S tier if it was on this list. I still like the original, though. It's pretty gas.
It's a weird-ass game at the same time, though. Like, you aren't even in Hyrule, and Zelda isn't anywhere in the game. So much for the title.
Koholint Island is still a really fun area to explore. And I don't mind the fact that it's a little weirder than other games. You gotta love the references to other Nintendo IPs, like the enemies from Mario.
Can't forget about the DX version on GBC, which even included the Four Swords bonus.
And despite it being on the Game Boy, Link's Awakening takes full advantage of the handheld and makes a sizable game that doesn't feel short or bloated. It ain't as good as Link to the Past, but I feel a strong A tier is still warranted.
Sounds
Yeah,
right to
I'm
me!
cool with that.
All right then, we're going into the first 3D Zelda game with the ever-famous Ocarina of Time. I think we all know where this is going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is an easy
S
B
tier.
tier.
Wait, what the hell did you just say, Tails?
What? The game is fine, but certainly not some masterpiece. B tier works fine for it.
Yeah, I gotta admit, that's kinda an L take from you, little buddy.
I mean, a lot of the game is kinda empty, especially Hyrule Field. I also found the dungeons pretty easy, to be honest.
Oh, hell nah! I know I've had some shitty opinions, but this is too far! Let me tell you in detail why OOT is absolutely
Actually, I'll be the one taking over here. As a being of time myself, I am here to tell you that The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time is a timeless masterpiece. Pun entirely intended. The fantastic storytelling, the added mechanics for combat, the detailed interactions between NPCs, and the entire aesthetic of the game combine wonderfully to create one of the best video games in all of existence. You can't deny these facts from the one and only Silver the Hedgehog. It's no use. Fucking finally, I wasn't late. That's a huge dub for the Silver Nation.
Why the hell is this white boy here again?
Silver? When the hell did you even join this server? I don't think I've ever seen you online. Like, ever.
Wait, what? I'm always online! I never got anything to do ever since Sega relegated me to a background character. You guys just always leave whenever I'm about to join.
Elbows
Shut
up.
up, Nux. But, I guess it's good to have you on, Silver. You're an OOT fan, huh?
You're damn right I am. And the only rightful place it belongs in is the S tier. There's a damn reason why it's the most critically acclaimed game of all time.
Despite you sounding like the biggest geek on the
Screw
planet,
you, bitch.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Well, guess the majority votes for S tier, so that's where OOT is going. And of course we got the other N64 Zelda game, Majora's Mask. Is this a question either?
Nope.
I really love Majora's Mask. It has one of the best and most creative stories of any video game I've seen.
Considering this game came out only a year after OOT, plus it improved on the game's engine, it's crazy how good it turned out regardless.
I don't care if people don't like the 3-day gimmick of MM. I fucking love this game to death and would legit sell the Master Emerald to play it one more time if I had to. S tier!
Super facts, you guys. Despite having only 4 dungeons technically, the game makes it work damn good. S tier for Majora's Mask. Alright, next up is the Oracle games. I think they're fine, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah, Capcom did a pretty alright job with these, but I don't feel that they hit quite as hard as Awakening.
I do gotta admit that the story progressing differently based on what game you play first is pretty neat. All things considered, it gives a good incentive to buy and play both.
The time-traveling puzzles and ages are pretty standard stuff, but the action-oriented approach and seasons make it a bit more interesting, hence why I slightly prefer the latter.
Yeah, there ain't much else to say. Good stuff, Capcom, but there is better out there. I'll just stick both in B tier.
But then there's the Wind Waker, and man, this game was a certified slapper and a half, gotta say.
Totally. The tune style that the game had going on was a little weird when coming off of the N64 titles, but it looks fucking great regardless.
The music in this game is goddamn great too, and there's so much charm and coziness whenever I open up this game. It's a little slow and a bit boring here and there, but otherwise I think it's a perfectly fine 3D Zelda.
Oh, and I dig the alternate takes on certain characters, like Tetra! She was pretty badass.
All that being said, I don't think Wind Waker quite makes it to S tier, mainly because the games above it stand out more and do a lot to make them certified masterpieces. But Wind Waker certainly deserves a high A tier.
Yeah, that's fine. At least it was the best Zelda game on GameCube.
Chill out, white boy, we ain't there yet.
And Silver!
I don't know, you look pretty white to me.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that. testicle
Whoa,
torsion.
whoa, whoa! Let's not go there, Silver! Don't mind Nux, he's a dumbass!
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, at least he has good takes in Zelda games.
Oh yeah, that I can agree with.
Alright, well, next up is the GBA Zelda. That being Minish Cap, gonna be honest, this one was pretty damn boring all the way through.
Those kinstones, man. I never liked them in the first place. Sometimes you gotta go through a whole chain of them just to find some useless or unhelpful item.
Capcom unfortunately did not cook with this one, and the world in this game shows it. It's just uninteresting, and the stupid bird-ass hat gimmick doesn't really stand out or matter.
I will admit the sprite work is pretty damn good, but the music through the GBA sound chip sounds like shit. Playing it on literally anything else works better.
Yeah, and some of the dungeons and puzzles are kinda interesting, and this game ain't anywhere near as bad as Zelda 2. I'll just give it a C tier. That seems right.
And now we go right back to the GameCube/Wii with Twilight Princess. I know this game is kind of mixed, but I thought it was pretty fine.
Hey, I don't know about that. I never really liked playing as Wolf Link. And some of the fights with him are piss easy.
I mean, I liked running around with him. Oh, and not to mention having Midna by your side was a good call, as she's among the better companions in the series.
Yeah, Midna is peak, and also some of the dungeons in this game are super fire.
I will admit that some of the dungeons are good, but finding the Tears of Light felt really slow and boring at times.
Yeah, a lot of things seem slow to you, dumbass.
Shut up, Nux. You know what I mean. Look, I think with the highs and lows of this game, it gets at most a B tier. Definitely not the pinnacle of 3D Zelda.
I'm fine with that.
A little too low, but whatever.
Alrighty, so now we're gonna move on to the DS Zelda games. Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Not gonna really beat it around the bush since it's been said thousands of times. These games are mid as hell.
Seriously, who the hell cooked on these games? 'Cause they goddamn burned the house down. Hourglass is just some dumbass touchscreen, scribbling with the stylus bore of a game, and the boat doesn't help. And when they made the sequel, they just replaced the damn boat with a train? Who gives a shit?
All right. Easy there, Nux. I know you love this franchise, but there's no need to yell.
Nah, let Knuckles cook. Hourglass and Spirit Tracks could have been amazing games for a phenomenal system, but the fact that they were both equally as mid-sours the whole thing even more.
With that being said, there's no way they're as bad as Zelda 2, right?
Oh, hell
Absolutely
no.
Cut
not.
off my tails, then play that game.
Alright then, the DS Duo gets a very, very low C tier. Now we're on to Skyward Sword, another pretty good 3D Zelda.
I really did like the plot of this game, as it felt a lot more unique and out there than the usual Zelda game.
One thing I definitely didn't like, though, was Fi. Nintendo somehow gave us a companion more damn annoying than Navi.
Facts, I wanted to punt that bitch-ass hoe like a goddamn football. But that aside, some of the dungeons are pretty great, and I don't entirely mind the motion controls. Hell, the Switch controls are even better.
And the music and overall look of the game is great. Some of the other characters are staples too. Groose is a goddamn legend. I'd dap up my guy any day.
I just don't like that some things you just gotta do over and over and over again. Also, I really didn't like fighting the imprisoned multiple times. It got old despite the changes.
So in that case, I'm feeling another B tier. I don't think it quite reaches up there with Wind Waker, but it ain't bad either.
Sure, we can go with B tier for Skyward. Alright, now we're on to the latest original 2D Zelda game, as of this video. That, of course, being A Link Between Worlds on the 3DS.
Right off the bat, this was a huge comeback for 2D Zelda after the dumpster fire slop that came out on the DS. I honestly much prefer the Land of Lorule compared to the Dark World.
Same here. It was neat to see that there were genuinely good people there rather than just a hostile environment with monsters. I also didn't mind the turning into a 2D hieroglyph gimmick at all.
And you gotta love the item rental mechanic. It just lets you go wherever the hell you want, and that's awesome! I don't think the game quite reaches the highs of A Link to the Past, but it totally came close.
Definitely, I was turned off from this game for a bit, but after playing it, it's honestly real good. Strong A tier for Link Between Worlds. Alright, the final two games on the list are...
Sonic, just put them in S tier.
Wait, what?
We all know what those last two games have going for them, and they need to be acknowledged as the masterpieces that they are right this second.
I'd say it's no use again, but that bit's already running dry.
Alright. Fair enough. I don't think there was gonna really be any differing opinions. But yeah, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are both some of the best games to ever come out in history and get the S tier without question.
Okay, now we get to gush over these games. My God, the sense of exploration!
I will never ever forget the feeling of finding my first couple shrines, or finding the tears and fighting the divine beasts. The feeling is like no other.
There might not be much music, but that's because the beautiful world and ambiance just soaks in and lets you get lost in the land. And of course, the amazing cel-shaded graphics only make the game even more breathtaking.
I've heard a couple complaints with how empty the world can feel at times, and definitely some for the weapon durability. It's fair and all, but honestly, it barely matters when the rest of the game is so goddamn peak fiction.
Oh, and you can ride a goddamn motorcycle. How metal is that? Haha!
So yeah, at the end of the day, Zelda is peak action-adventure gaming, and will never stand a chance against it.
Whoa, wait a sec, bring the tier list back up.
Huh? Okay then, here you go, Silver.
What is blood tweaking about?
Hey, where are the Four Swords games? And Triforce Heroes too!
Wait, what?
Those games are mainline? Seriously?
They absolutely are. Well, at least most people consider them to be mainline. Where are they?
Damn, sorry, Silver. Looks like they ain't on the list. Nothing I can really do about that.
The hell? This tier list is absolutely botched
Why
then.
is White Boy
I
crying
know
so
I said
much?
I wasn't gonna say it, but it's no...
Hey, yo, is that Zelda?
You never cease to amaze me, Knucklehead. But no, that's freaking Link!
Wait, this is actually perfect. If anyone is gonna have a good opinion on the Four Swords game, it's gonna be the damn main character of the entire series.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, Silver. So, Link, my guy, what's your takes on the Four Swords games? Where would you rank them?
Yeah, I agree with that take wholeheartedly.
Hey y'all, here's a special shout out to Shade Enigma, Sonic Fan Glitchy 4, T06, Awkward Info, Bear 295, Just Johns, Bendy and the Meme Machine, Shane the Hedgehog, X Cyber 8, Sonic Fan 5340, Fire Sky 15, Keith the Fortnite Gamer, I'm a Tree, Petrus 249, Everdreamer 08, Tudor Manguta, King Johnny TH 445, Madimaitus 8503, D4CH 34T, Yoshiverus 25, Juan CL, FFCM 15, Stephen Hafner, Raquel Gomez, Money Dynamic Matanya, and Uzuka Skarloboshi for being our amazing members. Take care, everyone. Silver Gang for life!